weekend for Donavan Brazier. I'm sure people have heard the oh wow, Travis has got this screenshot here. So listen, you can step on the line. You can't step over the line. That's that new rule, right? But you can only do it once. So he's not completely over the line here. Anyway, let me back up. He got DQ'd in the prelim. He appealed. It was denied. He found out about it after the 800 had taken place. So basically, he went from running 2 races to getting knocked out in the first round and not having an opportunity to run any race. Then on Sunday morning, the morning of the 400-meter final, he was reinstated because they said there was new video evidence. He gets back in, gets second in his heat, so he makes it. And he said he is going to the World Indoor Championships behind Trevor Bassett from Ashland, who ran a great race there in second. This is another thing where I just feel like it's Groundhog Day. We always have a DQ controversy, either indoors or outdoors, particularly indoors. We always have a lot of people getting disqualified. We always have a very convoluted appeals process where no one actually knows what's going on with it. I don't know if you want to talk about that or you just want to focus on the race. Because at a certain point, it's like you talk about the DQ long enough, it's like you realize you're just having the same conversation over and over again. I didn't think, 46, heading into the season, I wouldn't think 46 low would get him there. But it did, partly because of what the field ended up being in this race. So, heck, he's on a world team, though.
Yeah. To answer your DQ question, first of all, you're all right in Groundhog Day, especially around Donovan. Donovan got DQ'd at World Indoors in 2018. And
Right.
he's like, you got to be kidding me. And he was supposed to win that year. Like, that was like a year he probably could have won. Tinfoil hat. Do you think there's any little bit of putting your thumb on the scale in favor for Brazier to get his DQ overturned because they knew, hey man, this is world champion. Clearly, this millimeter of a toenail is not why he qualified in the first round. What are we doing here? Like, do you think there's a little bit of like, what are we doing here? Are we really gonna use a millimeter of a toenail to not let our world champion go to Worlds?
And then he can't, because the way the sport works, he doesn't find out about it until his other race has already passed. So then he can't run in the other race. But the problem with that is it's just like you have to have a rule that you stick with, because then someone else is really going to abuse it to their full advantage. And then you're going to say, well, that person should be DQ'd. And they're going to say, well, no, you didn't DQ this person. I don't know. I don't know what the new video evidence was. We've done this game before, literally with that phrase, new video evidence was introduced. It's if like a civilian on the street had there's CCTV camera footage that they're pulling that they're not normally looking at to determine if they're DQ'd. I don't know. It overshadows a bit from the actual event. I'm with you. He would have qualified regardless.
Do you think the new video evidence could have been a new argument in that, hey, you DQing my athlete screwed up him from being able to run in the 800, so therefore you need to make that up and put him back in the 400?
That's not video evidence, though.
I know, but
all right, here's my theory.
Say one thing and do another thing behind closed doors.
So here's the wild part. Donavan Brazier could win World Indoors in the 400. Let's pull up the indoor
100%.
list this year. Let's pull 100%. Up the indoor list this year. You have
They're all
number one in the world. Exactly. Randolph Ross. Look at all these Americans. Yeah. Bassett is the only guy who beat him. Number 8 all time. So you have Bonavacia of Netherlands, who ran well last year. He's a legit threat. And he's right now run quite a bit faster than Brazier. But this is World Indoors. There's DQs, there's wild things, people scratch, we don't know. Like there's a path for Brazier to actually win World Indoors in the 400. Yeah. Now, what will it mean? I have no idea, because look at the list of champions of World Indoor 400s. It's not exactly the same podium that you're going to get the Olympics or World Championships. The issue for Brazier, and this is not a surprise, is his start. And it's funny because he's known as a fast 800-meter guy. But compared to these 400-meter guys, he is so far behind at 100. And then he just claws back and claws back and claws back. And then that last 50, he makes really good work of it. In NBA circles, Gordon, there was a theory that Ben Simmons is shooting with the wrong hand. And that explained his shooting woes. I watched this race with Donavan Brazier, and I thought, would Donavan Brazier be faster without blocks? When I watched the start, I thought it might be time for him to forego the blocks. Because
As a
how much block work
fellow,
is this guy doing? How much block work is he actually
none.
doing, and you're putting him in blocks? I don't know if it would make him faster just to get rid of it and just run.
I know I shouldn't compare a world class athlete to a former Division III 400-meter runner and myself, but I was an 800-meter runner training throughout all high school and college. But then I got good at the 400, and I would do the open 400, and I was the only one who didn't use blocks. And then one time I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the next step. I'm going to learn blocks. And I tried it
Yeah.
once or twice, and I was like, this is not comfortable. My body isn't used to the
Yeah.
positioning of a blocks. If you're a sprinter, it comes natural. Oh God, don't put up that photo on this.
I hope people are watching on YouTube. Travis found,
Oh God,
wow, a young Gordon Mack.
young Gordon. But it is a legit thing. If you don't normalize block training into
You
your
look like a
regular
villain in
schedule
a high
of,
school drama.
okay, stop it. If you don't, like the bad kid, like the guy who's like on the
Are you in
rival
Euphoria?
team who steals the girlfriend. Yeah. Okay. Stop it. But what I'm saying is, if you're not used to blocks, it's a very uncomfortable feeling. And I bet you Donovan was probably uncomfortable. He probably could have got an extra 0.2 or 0.3 of a second. You know, I don't know.
Sorry, I can't
Why,
stop
why
looking
do
at
you
this
have this
photo.
photo up still?
Yeah,
Okay, we don't need to see the
this
same
is
photo
great.
over and over
No,
again.
this is terrific. Who you guys
I
going
never
against this
aged.
week? I got a
I
race
never
against
aged.
Gordon Mack from Liberty High. The Gordon Mack.
Liberty High,
That
that's the same
guy's
high school
that guy's
as
ferocious.
13 Reasons Why. Um,
Okay, so here, okay,
so yeah, I agree. He shouldn't wear. He
I
shouldn't use blocks. He shouldn't use blocks. I agree.
he said afterwards in an interview, he's like, Coach Holloway at Florida had been giving him advice. Because I don't think the slow, when you look at, he's starting slow, Brazier's pretty damn quick. I don't think it's just a case of him not, and obviously some of these quarter guys are going out too fast too, right? That's part of it. Like going out in 21, so Bassett went 21-3, right? And then so he goes like 21 and then 24. So that's part of it too. But I think with Brazier, it's almost like when I watched him start, it's almost like his whole momentum was just thrown off by coming out the blocks. So I think he has a chance to improve just based on that. Um,
I also think a
I'll
strategy that he should do if he does go to Worlds, which he is
I'm gonna
purposely try to get in the second heat, because normally these finals are
Mhm.
two heat finals. Try
Yeah,
to get in the slower heat of the two, so you can have the ability
yeah.
to not be like surrounded by a bunch of people running 21 seconds. You have like the second tier. I don't know. Could be another strategy.
The chat says you look like Nate from Euphoria. So this segment is taking a turn. I love where Travis put the photos, but yeah, I think I would expect him to run. Like I think he can run faster than 46. Like what? Like
Oh
obviously he
yeah,
can, right?
100%.
I mean, like, but even what's his pull up his PBs? Or season best at least? I mean, it was 46. Has he broken 46 indoors? What did he run at Milrose? I'm totally forgetting. Oh, that was a season. So that was faster than Milrose. I don't know. I think he can go quicker. I think he can go quicker. I know it's
100%.
a trickier outdoors indoors, but so him and Bass are going to go. I mean, he's going to get on the 4x4, which is what he wanted to. There was for a while there was like this disaster scenario with Brazier where it's like, I didn't run the 8 because I wanted to get on the 4x4 relay at the very least and maybe run the 4x4 individually. And the only thing that could have gone wrong and that would have scuttled everything would have been a first round DQ. And that's literally what happened because it took him out of the individual 4, took him out of the relay 4, and it took him out of the 8. So basically, his indoor season was completely over for several hours. And then he gets reinstated. And then now he gets to finish the season on his terms. Again, I still don't know what any of this means in terms of Brazier in the 800 at all. I tend to think he's still number one in the world just based on that 600-meter time. But this 400-meter at World Championships is not going to be, again, it's not going to be the Olympic trials level. It's not going to be the World Championship final level. Yeah, I mean, there's guys. Ross is running 44 mid right now, or is going to run 44 mid for A&T. So, all right, pretty wild.